Mike, how are you? How are things at Goddard Road? Big weekend in store, no doubt.
Yeah, very much so. And good news, really. It looks like Sasha Harding, Chris Goodman, Ollie Dodge, Andre Smith, all available this weekend. So got a few more to choose from, which is always a good thing. Makes my life pretty hard, but they're the nice headaches you want. So we're up to about 26 players to pick from this week, which is great.
Big weekend, and they keep on coming. In October, when the list came out, you must have looked at October with a mixture of excitement and intrepidation.
Well, I didn't look at it. I refused to look at it. I've never been a big one to plan that far ahead, and all I'm concentrating on is Saturday. The players know it is a big month. You can't hide from that fact in many ways. So it was really important last Sunday. We got off to a good start, and we did, and we can roll on. And these games, what the players want. We had some great games against Pirates last year 4 times. And on 3 occasions, 1 score between the pair of us. So we can't split this. They've obviously got a lot of players they've retained, and we have as well. So we do know a lot about each other. And it'll probably come down to who performs on the day. A
good win last weekend, you touched on it there. A good win, a good feeling, continued, and it's important to take into these games this feeling of consistently sort of putting in the performances that do well.
Yeah, I thought first half we were pretty good. Obviously we're under pressure, but you expect that away from home. But I thought we defended magnificently, and tactically, for the first 20 minutes we got it absolutely spot on. We were very fortunate with the 1 try coming off Jackson Ray's head, but it was a planned play, and sometimes you buy yourself that bit of luck. But a great finish by Greg Iglanders, and the second try was a good turnover, and Darryl James short, I think Greg at Alex Ray, and finished off by Tom Bedford. So it was a real good turnover try. And 17-3, we're in a box seat, and turning around with the wind at our backs, we just failed to control the field. I thought our scrum grew as the game went on. I thought we were really in the ascendancy towards the end with our scrum, which was great. We went for that 5-2 split on the bench, and it paid dividends. Not that we had much choice when we had 22 fit players, but that worked to our benefit. Great to see Sammy Walsh back on there, and he really come into his own on the end, and all the bench making a contribution. So look, the fact that it's our first win down there since 1973 tells a story.
Absolutely. You talked about being down to 22 players. Does that make the victory even sweeter that we're running at a low ebb on the barrel, as it were?
Well, there was a little bit of backs to wall, but at the end of the day, the 22 we had were of quality, and that's like I said, as long as I got my 24 to pick from, I'm pretty happy. We only had 22 last week, but it was a quality squad, and I didn't have any doubts about the actual 22 that were going down there. So, but nevertheless, I think Bristol on the verge of turning a corner, and we had to dig deep at times, and we did that, and it just goes to show the heart and the spirit that's running right through this club at the moment.
I've spoken to Heinzie before. Q's touched on it as well. It's probably one of the most pleasing aspects is the strength in depth that we've got, and the fact that when we look to our bench, it's real quality coming up. Yeah,
and I think you've got to give all the players credit for that, because we've undertaken a budget cut once again this year, and you also got to credit the chairman for keep stumping up the extras, but a lot of the lads stayed here for the right reasons, and that was rugby reasons. They weren't over demanding in their pay demands, and other guys came here looking for an opportunity to play and progress their careers. So I think the six we brought in have been fantastic. I think obviously we haven't seen Robin Boot yet, but they've been great. They've slotted in seamlessly, helped by having 22 players from the previous season, and not to mention these Saracens lads who've been terrific.
It says on the weather forecast it's going to continue to be sunny. Does that fill you with a little bit of confidence, because we do play a very, very good game when the weather's great?
Yeah, well, I think both sides do. No question. We watched Cornish Pirates recently, and they play a terrific brand. They're very, very similar to us, and they could make for a cracker. So I recommend anybody neutral, floating support, or whatever, if they want to see a good game of rugby, get down here this weekend, because I think it's going to be a close one. But we always go to the wire with them, and there should be plenty of tries.
A call to arms. Good luck, best wishes, and I'll probably speak to you tomorrow afternoon.